What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 477th edition of TSR Live. Happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday, June 28th, 2019. You guys, make sure you wrap up tonight to avoid having a kid. If you guys are going out, running game, if you happen to get lucky, get a girl back to your house or end up at her place, make sure you wrap up. Otherwise, you're going to have a kid right around St. Patrick's Day of 2020. You definitely need to avoid that at all costs. Good to have you guys in today. We're streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your day. All right, let's get right to it. So Devin sent me an article back on Tuesday called "I've Had Sex with Well Over 100 Men, but that does not define me as an S word." Now, so I saw this. I saw the title of this particular article, and I said, "All right, I'm in. I have got to see this chick's rationalization hamster in action. I am here. Listen, I'm here for the hamster." Now, Ms. Tyler, Kelly Tyler, the person who wrote this article, she did not disappoint, as you are going to see here in a minute. And by the way, this is literally like maybe a 500-word article, so it's not really that long. But I'm going to break it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to do this in the customary Donovan Sharpe way. I'm going to break it. I'm going to read it down. But the shocking thing, surprisingly, were the comments. The comments, gentlemen, stole the show, and we're definitely going to take a look at those. So let's go ahead and get started and break down this article. At first, she asks, "What's your number?" It is a question that comes up sooner or later, but if you have been sexually active for 10 plus years, for 10 active fought 10 plus, like, hold on, let me, like, you see this right here, the FOT, active fought, like, people, if you are going to write, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm the world's greatest writer, but seriously, like, these editors have got to do a better job with this editing. Remember, Yasmin Sabu had all sorts of punctuation and spelling errors. Here we are, active fought. Anyway, let me not be a grammar Nazi. Anyway, but if you have been sexually active for 10 plus years, it is surprisingly easy to rack up a number so big you can't even precisely recall. So she says it's a question that comes up sooner or later. This proves the men she's giving it up to, gentlemen, are low value. And the reason I say that is only low value men ask what a woman's body count is, which proves he doesn't really have much experience with women. He wonders why she's not acting like the women do in adult films when they have sex. He wonders why she's not moaning and groaning and screaming and all that other nonsense that these over-the-top female adult film stars do. And then it hits him. I wonder how many guys she's been with. He foolishly asks her, and the number she gives him blows him away. And for the record, he'll never really know she slept. This particular woman has slept with 784 guys. She already knew he couldn't handle the real number. Okay? But because he asked her in the first place, that's why she didn't know he couldn't handle it. A girl knows that anytime you ask, "So how many guys have you slept with?" she knows that you can't handle the real number. So she told him, 17. I've slept with 17 guys, and he still freaked out. He is now insecure, which is a natural reaction when a woman tells you that she has given her body to at least a dozen men. The relationship is never the same after that. And now he has a confidence problem, and eventually he leaves, or she cheats on him with guy number 785. Then she says, "But if you've been sexually active for 10 plus years." So if you've been sexually active for 10 plus years, and I think to myself, wait a minute, 10 plus years? This chick is, wait a minute. Let's take a look at this chick. Just humor me, guys. Just let's take a look at this chick here. Okay, this is Kelly Tyler, right? Okay? That's Kelly Tyler. Now, we know that white girls age very quickly after 20, especially when they sleep around. And this chick looks very young. I would probably put her at what? 23, 24 years old? I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, which means she's been sexually active since she was what? 13? maybe 14 years old. Ay. Either way, she verifies, Ms. Tyler here verifies how easy it is for girls to rack up a body count quicker than she can count. Girls always, it's so funny, girls always try to say, well, sleeping around is not that easy. Dude, sleeping around is easier than breathing for women. And Ms. Tyler verified that. Let's move to the next paragraph. She says, quote, of course, if I were a man, I would be celebrated for this, but I'm a woman, so many men simply call me an S-word and refuse to date me. And then in parentheses, but still offer me the privilege, she puts in italics, of having sex with them. Of course, if you were a man, you'd be celebrated for this. Why? Because it's not easy for guys to rack up a high body count. Ms. Tyler, this is why studs are praised and promiscuous women are admonished. She just got done telling us how easy it is to rack up big numbers, yet she wants to be celebrated like a man who does the same thing. Newsflash, Ms. Tyler, it is not the same. Getting laid is easier than breathing for women. Women breathe. It is tougher for women to breathe than it is to get laid. It takes positively zero effort for women to sleep around. All they have to do is decide to. That's all they have to do. If a woman wants to sleep around, all she has to do is decide to. Then, like most women, she says, but I'm a woman, so many men simply call me an S-word and refuse to date me, but still offer me the privilege of having sex with them. Men of value, and I say this every show, men of value, ladies, listen up. Men of value, do not commit to girls who've been passed around, sweetie. You should know this. You've been on the carousel for at least a decade. But then she says, still offers me the privilege of having sex with him. And it's funny how she says that as if she didn't have sex with him. She's pissed off that these dudes don't commit, but she still sleeps with them. Let's move to the next paragraph. She says, quote, having an active sex life is important to me. Sex is one of the most basic human functions. And 8 partners per year on average doesn't sound like that much to me at all. Oh my God. If this chick, so let's actually do some math here. Let's just say that she has been dating around, let's just call it that, for 10 years. Well, 10 times 8, that's only 80. She says she has slept with well over 100 men. And oh, by the way, I like it how she put the number at 100. I've slept with well over 100 men. Okay, well over 100 could mean 800. It could mean 1,200, right? When she says well over 100 men, that leads you to believe that it's probably somewhere close to 100. Oh, no. Not here in the manosphere, sweetheart. We are not fooled by that. Men like us, if you watch my show, we parse those words, man. Oh, you're reading into everything. Yeah, that's because women know how to talk in circles. Women know how to put things in ways that throws you off the scent. Well, I've slept with well over 100 guys. So most guys will ask, okay, what are you at? 150, 160? Oh, no. Just because she says well over 100 doesn't mean it ain't well over 300 or well over 500. So she says having an active sex life is important. Yes, Ms. Tyler, it is. With one person at a time. You see, ladies, Mother Nature did not intend for women to sleep around. How do we know this? Ever heard of bacterial vaginosis? BV is what happens when women have unprotected sex with multiple men on a regular basis. Let's take a look at what causes BV according to the Mayo Clinic. Everyone look at your screen here. Risk factors for bacterial vaginosis include having multiple sex partners or a new sex partner. Doctors don't fully understand the link between sexual activity and bacterial vaginosis, but the condition occurs more often in women who have multiple sex partners or a new partner. This is the will of Mother Nature, ladies. You're not supposed to be sleeping with multiple dudes. If you do, your vaginas are going to clap back, pun definitely intended. So what are the symptoms of bacterial vaginosis? Let's take a look. Bacterial vaginosis signs and symptoms may include thin, gray, white, or green vaginal discharge, foul-smelling, fishy vaginal odor, vaginal itching, burning during urination. I said it once, and I will say it again. This is the will of Mother Nature. The human body, the human female body, would not react so poorly if the human female body was supposed to be taking on multiple male sex partners. This is Mother Nature's way of saying, hey, ladies, you're not supposed to be hopping around. You're supposed to have sex with one man, not 1,000 men, not 1 dozen. Yes, gentlemen, sex is important, and having a lot of sex is great with one man. Having an active sex life is important. Argument. This is the excuse that most women make, that most women use to justify sleeping around. Well, having an active sex life is so important. Is that right? Is that why you always divide your real number by 38? Gentlemen, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. My channel does not grow without you guys sharing my videos. So blast this to your friends, especially the ones in relationships, gentlemen. Blast this on Facebook. Blast this on Twitter. Blast this on Instagram. Get the word out, guys. And be sure that you and your homeboys get your hands on my 7-hour audio course on how to build a quality woman from the ground up. It is absolutely free for a limited time. I would also recommend it to your brothers, your fathers, your cousins, your closest friends. Anybody you know who pees standing up, who also likes women. Tell them that all they have to do is plug in their email and they're good to go. I'm actually putting the link in the chat right now. The link is also in the description, or you can go to donovansharpe.com/free-course. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/free-course. Or you can just go to my homepage and scroll down a little bit, and the pop-up will take you to the landing page where you will get the course. Keep in mind, guys, that it does take a few minutes for the course to be delivered. Like I said yesterday, the service that I use, MailChimp, sends them in batches. So don't freak out if you submit your email and you don't have it in your inbox immediately. Just be patient. Check your email after a couple minutes, and it should be in there. Also, keep in mind, it could end up in your spam folder or your promotions folder if you are using Gmail. I know a lot of you guys are probably you got your ears perked up. Wait a minute. I know people who are married and they're in bad relationships. How will your 7-hour audio course help them out? Well, there's a section in part 5 that talks about how to get her back in line, and it is very loosely based on the 12 levels of dread. If you know someone who is in a relationship, married or otherwise, and their relationship is at critical mass, tell them to download part 5, get about halfway through, and that will give them a step-by-step about how to get her in line and you in line. Very, very useful information. All right, let's continue. She says, quote, anyone who has been single in a major city knows that you, oh my God, again, anyone who has been single in a major city know that you can, dude, anyway, anyone who's been single in a major city knows, Miss Tyler, that you can line up a week's worth of Tinder dates in a matter of hours, sometimes multiple meetups in the same night. Anyone, she says, can line up a week's worth of Tinder date in a matter of hours. She says anyone. Again, here's what she, like other female authors, like to do. They're conflating men and women. They're trying to act like men and women are the same. Remember that female relationship coach says, well, I have counseled couples where one has had more sexual experience than the other, and then one is always feeling, no, it's always the woman. It's never the man who has more sexual experience than the woman. You kidding me? Like, who are you trying to fool with that? Then she says anyone can line up a week's worth of Tinder dates in hours. No. Men can't line up Tinder dates for an entire week in hours. Women do. But here's where she really gives herself away and lets us know just how disgusting she is. Sometimes multiple meetups in the same night. Guys, this is freaking disgusting. This chick is having sex with multiple guys in the same day. Think she's only done this once? Don't make me laugh. This is a regular occurrence. And how much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? She has slept with at least 2 guys a day for 3 straight days. How much you want to bet? These are our women, guys. This is American women. This is what we're having to deal with. Guys are always wanting to know, well, God, why are women so impossible? This is why. Guys, this makes my stomach turn. I'm not kidding. I'm not being facetious. This is disgusting. And then women wonder why men who are worth a damn don't commit. And she thinks she's hiding herself by writing under the pen name Kelly Tyler, but high-value men, we can spot promiscuous females very easy. She might deny having a lot of partners, but these girls always give themselves away in the end, right? We call them S-tells. They flirt with every dude they see. They're always on their phones. They disappear at night. They know all the bouncers at the club. They know all the bartenders within a 5-mile radius, and she's good friends with all of her exes. No matter how well women think that they can hide their past tendencies, men in the know, men in demand always find these girls out, and we do it very, very quickly. I spot these chicks a mile away in 3 minutes or less. All it takes is maybe a 7-minute conversation, and I can say, yep, she is definitely an H-word. Or damn, she's doing a great job hiding her promiscuous tendencies. Unbelievable. Multiple meetups in the same night. You gotta be kidding me. She continues. I regularly get tested. I don't have daddy issues, and I was not abused as a child. As one guy wondered aloud as we laid in bed after having sex. I regularly get tested, no daddy issues, blah, 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 blah. Regularly tested. I like how she says this, as though getting tested somehow prevents STDs, STIs, VDs, BV. Well, I get tested regularly, so I'm totally fine. Was that before or after you had the 7th straight double header? Right? Was that before or after the threesome? Or the train, as we like to call it. And oh, by the way, a girl who gets tested regularly, guess what she's telling us? That is a girl who doesn't use condoms. Oh, yeah, that's right. She doesn't use condoms. What are you getting tested for? Disgusting. This chick is absolutely disgusting. She says, no daddy issues and I'm not abused. If a guy asked her that after sex, it was because A, she probably told him that there was no safe word, and B, he turned her into a toilet and flat out disrespected her sexually, and the more intense it got, the more she liked it. So he was like, damn, girl, you didn't say no to anything. Were you abused as a child? This again, gentlemen, this just proves that this chick is a petri dish, man. She's got all sorts of DNA floating around in her. By the time she's 30, she's going to have so much male DNA in her, she'll probably start to grow a beard. Jesus Christ. She continues. She says, but it does seem to be a sticking point with guys when it comes to relationships. Maybe I should just lie, but honestly, it's not something I'm embarrassed about or something I'm not that embarrassed about. My collection of cats, crushing student loans, and pitiful excuse for a car are things that embarrass me, not my number. So this isn't something you're embarrassed about, is it? Not yet, because you're still young and pretty. But trust and believe you'll be lowering that number when you're on the wrong side of 30, which is just around the corner. And when she's 35 and looks like she's 45, she'll be that chick who says, yeah, I've only had 5 partners and one was super serious and it was like a 12-year relationship, but he was abusive and I tried to make it work for so long before I realized I just had to love myself and I finally gained the strength to leave. She'll be that chick. But when she runs up on a guy like me, who sees through all the BS and all that nonsense, and uses her for a one-night stand, which is literally all she is good for right now, then she'll start to think to herself, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have allowed myself to be passed around by all those guys in my 20s. Maybe my number is something I should be ashamed about. But here's the thing. She is ashamed of her number. She's making her necessity a virtue. I've slept with a lot of guys, but I'm not ashamed. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are, Miss Tyler. You're pretending not to be because your number isn't going to change. It can only go up. You are stuck with your number, Kelly. All it can do is go up, so of course you have to act proud of it. So then she says, well, how about you guys? Do you share your number of sexual partners with those you are dating or in relationships with? How many is too many? Honest feedback appreciated. And then, of course, the S-tell of all S-tells is the XOXO. Dude, what are you, a Vegas dancer? What are you, a Vegas stripper? What are you, a pinup girl for Playboy? XOXO? All she's missing is the pink heart, right? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this is hilarious. Look at this. You see right above my little screen, the tags are sex, human behavior, sexuality, sexual health. Oh yeah, it's very healthy to have sex with hundreds of men. Let's take a look at the comments section, gentlemen. Oh boy, listen, this is where the rubber meets the road. Holy smokes. These guys absolutely blast her. Steve Huck says, saying you're not an S word doesn't make it true. If you have sex with 100 men, then there is absolutely no way that you have had that many committed, serious partners. Most of those were, I'm horny, I need the D. I will find a random dude to put his D in me kind of sex. That's S behavior, and what kind of guy would want a serious relationship with a girl like that? It's totally disgusting. You see, you got 54, I guess, likes. Michael B says, this is the definition from a quick Google search. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't true. You are an S word according to the dictionary. Then, of course, he looks it up. S word, a woman who has many casual sex partners. Synonyms, promiscuous woman. This is what women do all the time. She said it herself at the beginning of the article. Well, I've slept with well over 100 men, but that doesn't define me as an S word. Yes, it does. Of course it does. Just because you say, listen, I can say, well, my name is Donovan Sharpe and I don't have a temper problem. Dude, just because I say it doesn't make it true. Right? Like, you're not talking to some dude on a date where everything you say, you assume that he just believes what you say. Oh, no. These are well-informed men. Brian C. says, there is a reason double standards exist between sexes when it comes to number of partners. If you're a reasonably attractive woman, you can find someone to have sex with you in under an hour. Doesn't matter if you can barely form a coherent sentence. You can go to Tinder, swipe right a few times, and you'll be on your back in no time. Oh, I gotta read more of this. You'll be on your back in no time. Come on. Here we are. Your number being over 100 tells your partners that you are not discerning. All you did was say, yeah, sure, 100 times. And of course, we all know it's more than that. To many men, that indicates that you're not worth taking seriously, that you have bad judgment, that you have low self-confidence, that you are validation seeking, that you crave instant gratification. Whereas in order for a man to have had sex with many women, he generally has to be exceptionally attractive, charming, smooth, interesting, successful, etc. Attractive women don't have to be any of those. Men will F you no matter what. So while this seems like a misogynistic double standard at first blush, it makes perfect sense given the different circumstances men and women face. Bravo. This guy, what's his name? Michael B, Brian C. This guy has it together. He straight up told her it is easy for you to be an H word. She's bragging about being an H word, and then she wants to conflate men and women as if we face the same circumstances in the sexual marketplace. No, it is not the same. This is why the average woman has slept with more men than men have slept with women. I've even said that the average woman has slept with more women than the average man has slept with women. Think I'm lying. Think I'm wrong. Here's another one. This is funny. This is disgusting. This guy pulls her card. You wrote in your article that you had 8 partners on average per year. In your Quora account, however, you wrote this. Listen to this. Quote, I stopped counting in college, but I can easily get 1 to 2 guys per week. Sometimes it's just a BJ or me eating their gross. Oh, God, this girl is disgusting. This girl is disgusting. She's eating the booty. Ugh. Oh, my God. Then again, I've been to a few orgies where I would have added 10 plus partners per event. My God. 10 plus partners per event. Well over 100. And then this, he says that she said, quote, I lost track, but it could be as high as 500 personally, and I'm not even the blankety blankest of my friends. Oh, and she thinks it's just so cute. You have yourself mentioned that you are an S word in Quora. Your article contradicts your own words. If a woman that has slept with 500 plus men in 10 years, 1 per week, 10 years continuously, isn't called an S word, then who is? You gotta be kidding me, man. This girl, dude, honestly, in 3 years, this woman is not even gonna be anatomically, she's not gonna be a woman anymore. She's gonna be another species. Honestly, no, seriously, man. This woman is gonna have so much she's gonna have so much male DNA in her. She's not even gonna qualify as a female. Listen, if you want gender reconstruction surgery, just be like Kelly Tyler. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I'll read one more, Craig to man. As pointed out earlier, by definition, you're an S word. You don't get to simply redefine the term so you can claim you're not one. Why would any man want to date an S-word with the idea that things may go further? Let's say a guy does date you and things start to get serious in his mind, and then let's say you become pregnant, and in parentheses says maybe it's his, maybe it's not. Wouldn't he be at risk of being on the hook to raise a child that is not his own? Because as you pointed out, it takes about 15 minutes to line up a week's worth of dates when things get a bit rocky. And you're already considering lying about your sexual past. What else would you lie about? Sorry, hun. As much as you might think that sexual freedom and the desire to be an S-word is something you're entitled to act on, the reality is it has consequences. Men and women are not the same, and all you've shown is an inability to maintain any level of long-term relationship while instead having sex with dude after meaningless dude. My guess is that at some point you'll settle for a guy that will agree to be with you. To him, you and your children will be his life. Eventually, you'll get bored and destroy your family. Real men, the ones you'd be most attracted to, won't fall for that crap. Good luck. Good luck. Gentlemen, let me switch back here. This just goes to show that, how can I put this? This goes to show that men are starting to figure this out. I didn't see one comment on this particular thread in response to this article that took her side, right? You go to social media, you go to Twitter, you go to Facebook, TV, it glorifies promiscuous behavior. TV, movies, media, everything glorifies this promiscuous behavior as this is just inconsequential. Men and women are the same. Dude, you can see right here online that most men understand what's really going on. But men can't say this. Look, do you think that guys could talk about this kind of stuff at work? No way. They'd be fired or hashtag Me Too or both. I would like to think that the tide is starting to turn. I don't know. Listen, Jonathan from Modern Life Dating thinks that the tide is starting to turn. A couple other guys I talked to in the manosphere think that the tide is starting to turn. Rollo Tomasi agrees with me. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But you guys can see that just according to those comments, I mean, honestly, this girl is talking about having slept with hundreds of guys under the tag sexual health. It is not healthy to have sex with multiple men. It's just not. And men are starting to figure it out. There are no women commented on this particular thread, at least not that I know of. Nathan, Aleem, Thought Patrol, Kashiv, Liberty, Maka. I mean, I don't see any women on here. One person put the internet honk honk. Wow. Oh, here we are. Never mind. Jenny Taylor. Let me bring this back up here. Jenny Taylor says in response to the article, I'm afraid it does, love. Have some self-respect for yourself, love. Shameful and shameless, really. Certainly nothing to be proud of. Okay. So there it is. So finally a woman calls her out. So the one female that I can see who actually commented on this lets her know. The Hedonist says, thank you. If only every woman had the similar lifestyle. Here I am, 27, never had a girlfriend, have had a few escorts, but it was a pathetic experience. Women need commitment, loyalty, comfort, and security and whatnot. Impossible to get laid without sustaining heavy psychological damage. Spike's Tips says, yes, it does make you an S-word. Damn, 100 guys, how loose are you? What Spike's Tips doesn't understand is it is well over 100 guys. Chip Griffin says, sorry, but you are an S-word. Now go get the tattoo. Ay. Yeah, you guys can see. Listen, if you're looking at the screen, dude. I mean, you guys look at the screen and it is just response after response. Oh, wait, I didn't see this. Hold up. Hang on a second. Oh, it's not going to let me show it. Kelly Tyler actually responds. She actually responds to this. This is freaking hilarious. I did not see this. She must have recently added this. Hold on. Hang on a second, guys. Nope. She actually responded. Come on, go on down. I'm trying to... There it is! So Kelly Tyler responds. She says, I just wanted to say, oh my God, this is going to be freaking hilarious. Guys, I swear to God, I did not see this here before. Oh, this is wonderful. She says, I just wanted to say thank you to all the men who reached out with positive messages. I've had my faith restored significantly. Here we go. Now she's found God. To those who made sexist, racist, and abusive comments, you really need to get your brains examined and some serious therapy. Do you talk like that to all women, your mothers and sisters too? This may explain why many of you can't find sex or feel the need to pay for prostitutes. A woman never deserves to be raped, and suggesting we should be thankful for allowing us to live without being raped is simply, so here she goes. Listen, hit dog syndrome, and she went right down the playbook. Do you talk like that to all women, right? So now you're a misogynist. Well, your mothers and sisters too. Well, I'm a woman. Your mother. Listen, I get this from the black community all the time. Well, you don't date black women. Well, your mom is black, your sister, but I'm not trying to sleep with my mom or my sisters. And guess what? My mom and my sisters were all hoes. I love my mom and I love my sisters, but that does not mean that they are not the H words, gentlemen. Just because they are related to you, just because you share some sort of emotional bond, does not mean that you separate that. Listen, I can separate fact from feeling. Love my mother and love my sisters, but guess what? There are at least a half a dozen abortions between the three of them. Okay, and I have been in the waiting room for one of those. So let's not get that twisted. Then she says, this may explain why you can't find sex or feel the need. What does that have to do with anything? So listen, I'm calling you out for this H word behavior. I can find sex whenever I want to. I've never paid for women. There's that shaming. And then she says a woman never deserves to be raped or suggesting we should. I didn't see anything about anybody being raped, right? So again, dude, Kelly Tyler is the typical woman. She is the typical H word who expected to be praised for the fact that she was able to sleep with well over 100 men. And when she got hit with the facts, she did exactly what all women do when they strike a nerve. The shaming techniques. You have mom issues. Have your head examined, therapy. All right, well, like I said, when you're 35 and you look like 45, maybe you'll look back on that article and think, you know what? Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.